Soap, quite frankly, the only soap there is. NNC Special Report. Believe it or not, this real-life soap opera that the people of the Netherlands are finding themselves in actually originated on a soap opera. Most of you are probably too young to remember, but back in the 20s there was a short-lived daytime series called, you guessed it, The Moral Compass. But it's not just the name that originated here. One of the plot lines in the show revolved around a young scientist that was working on this invention called, right, the moral compass. A chip was implanted in people and set off a silent alarm if they showed any sign of unethical behavior. A very far-fetched idea that can only come from the mind of a soap opera writer? It was, until a few years ago. The invention ended up being the soap opera's downfall. Once the citizens of the fictional town of Ethico were actually injected with the chip, they could no longer lie, cheat, steal or kill. And let's face it, that's what makes soap operas so much fun to watch. They tried to save the show with an explosion in the lab, but by then they had already lost their audience. But the idea of the chip stuck with a young fan of the show, and for the people of the Netherlands it is now a reality. The chip was originally conceived as a way to keep ex-convicts released on bail from becoming repeat offenders. For that purpose it has been tested in over 100 countries worldwide, but in most it was found too unstable. In the Netherlands, it is now mandatory for all citizens. Massive protests have been held all around the country, although a small group of people is actually happy, saying that since they've been chipped, they are no longer harassed by the police for no reason. Now the chip is getting some negative white-collared feedback. First, an official civil register was arrested for taking a bribe and forging documents. Civil registers had their duties expended with the registration of chips given out. Then a member of the royal family was taken in for some questionable actions, which have not been revealed. Ba-boom! Soap, quite frankly, the only soap there is. NNC Special Report. Last week the first government official was arrested, right before he could intimidate an unsuspecting volunteer, of which he said, and I quote, has no active recollection. Now with today's breaking news, the soap opera parallel may have come full circle. Entrepreneur Richard Dick Stump, one of the main financiers of the Moral Compass chip, was arrested today for tax evasion. Mr. Stump was recently taken to court by the producers of the soap opera for stealing the idea. The jury is still out on that one, while he himself said that there was no way that the chip could be faulty or hacked. He now claims that that has to be the case with his own. It seems the moral compass is once again going to be its own downfall.